I have 4 new super troop concepts, starting with the super Edrag. All these troops have unique abilities. The Edrag's ability is called multi-strike. It will zap all buildings of the same kind with a bolt of lightning. So let me explain this. If you drop your Edrag on the outside of a base and it targets a cannon on the outside, when it zaps the cannon, every single cannon on the base will also get zapped whenever the Edrag attacks that one cannon. I'll be honest, this is a crazy mechanic. This was just a random concept that popped into my head. The balancing of this mechanic might be insane. Just thinking about it, it might be either super overpowered or so nerfed that it's not even usable. The super Edrag will have 40 housing space, but it will have the same HP as a normal Edrag. So that's 10 extra housing space, but you're not getting any more HP. The initial damage is going to be the same as a normal Edrag, but the damage to all the other buildings will only be 3/4 of the damage it does to the one building that it's targeting. So if it destroyed that one cannon on the outside of the base, all the cannons would still have 1/4 of their health left. As I said, the housing space is 40, so you can kind of imagine that like super witches. So you're not going to be able to take as many Edrags as normal, but you'll still be able to take quite a few. The super Edrag would introduce a ton of new strategy and a bunch of different scenarios. This mechanic is super unique, and who knows if Clash of Clans will ever do something like this, but let me know if you like this concept. This is the 4th video in a super troop concept series. In the past 3 videos, I covered every single troop that has not yet been turned into a super troop, but Clash of Clans has not ruled out the possibility of having multiple super troop versions of a troop, so they could have 2 super barbarians, both with a different ability. So I've come up with 4 new abilities for super troops. Next is the Mega P.E.K.K.A. I'm calling it the Mega P.E.K.K.A. because the builder base already has a super P.E.K.K.A. The Mega P.E.K.K.A.'s special ability is called Destructive Upgrade. She will get a damage boost after each building she destroys. So the Mega P.E.K.K.A. will have 3 stages. This is the first stage. It will look similar to a regular P.E.K.K.A. It will actually do much less damage than a regular P.E.K.K.A. starting out. But as soon as the Mega P.E.K.K.A. destroys any building, she will upgrade herself and do more damage the next time she starts attacking. After she destroys another building, she will get another upgrade to level 3, which is her final form. And at that point, she's at her max level and she will do much more damage than a regular P.E.K.K.A. I think the HP of the Mega P.E.K.K.A. should be significantly less than a regular P.E.K.K.A. because she will be doing so much more damage, so it wouldn't be fair to give her tons of HP because then she would be able to do so much damage before she died. But if you're able to put something in front of your P.E.K.K.A. to guard her until she's fully upgraded, she will wreck through bases with all the damage that she's doing. The Mega P.E.K.K.A. will also have more housing space than a regular P.E.K.K.A. Probably 40 housing space, I think would be fair for the Mega P.E.K.K.A. You can think of the Mega P.E.K.K.A. as Surge from Brawl Stars. If you don't play Brawl Stars, it's super simple. Basically, Surge starts out at level 1, and once he charges his super, he can use it to upgrade himself, and his attack range will increase. Then once he charges his super again, he'll upgrade himself once again, and he gets a new attack pattern, thus doing more damage. All of these super troop concepts have unique abilities that Clash of Clans has not added into the game yet. I came up with the concept a few weeks ago of a new troop that could be added to Clash of Clans. I didn't have any artwork or anything to show what the troop would be, but I had this new mechanic idea of a troop that would be totally invisible until it takes damage. So think of the Royal Ghost or Sneaky Goblins. The only difference are the Sneaky Goblins are only invisible for a few seconds, and then they become revealed and all the defenses will start shooting at them. But my next idea is the Super Headhunter, and the Super Headhunter has this invisible ability where it will stay invisible until dealing or taking damage. So one weakness with the regular Headhunter is you have to use either the Warden's ability or some other troop to protect her until it gets to the hero to start attacking the hero. But with the Super Headhunter, it will be totally invisible until dealing or taking damage. So if you drop the Headhunter on the opposite side of the base as the hero you're targeting, it will run through the entire base and will not get shot at by any defenses unless it springs a trap or until it starts attacking the hero that is targeted. So the Super Headhunter will obviously take up more housing space than the regular Headhunter, but I don't think the HP should be much different. I think the slowing poison should be a little bit more than a regular Headhunter, but it's definitely going to be much better to take the Super Headhunter, with the exception of filling up more housing space with the Super Headhunter. But although it will take more housing space, you won't have to use extra troops to protect your Super Headhunter, because it will pretty much protect itself until it gets to the hero. And I'm pretty sure the movement speed of the Headhunter is fast enough to outrun any traps, so unless it gets caught up somehow, it's really not going to take any damage from the traps. I think this version of the Super Headhunter is much better than my previous version, which was an invincibility shield for about 5 seconds after you deploy the Headhunter. My fourth idea is the Super Miner. As you can see, the Super Miner has a pickaxe instead of his shovel. The Super Miner's special ability is called Boomerax. His pickaxe returns after being thrown at buildings. So what he's going to do with his pickaxe is basically throw it, but it's going to act like a boomerang. So he'll throw it at a building, it will go through the building, hit anything within 5 or 6 tiles behind his initial target, and then it will return to him before he can throw it again. Now, unlike an Electro Dragon, when the lightning changed to other buildings, the secondary buildings would take less damage than the initial strike, but with the Super Miner, his pickaxe will do the same damage to every single building and troop or hero that it hits along the way and along the way back. Yeah, it'll do damage on the way there and then on the way back. And if the Super Miner dies mid-throw, the pickaxe will still go forward and come back to where the Super Miner was. Now, if you play Brawl Stars, you're thinking this is exactly like Carl, and yes, I kind of stole this idea from Carl from Brawl Stars. He's essentially the same exact thing. Carl is a robotic miner. He throws his pickaxe like a boomerang and it returns to him, dealing the same damage there and back. So essentially, it's Carl's mechanics but turned into Clash of Clans, and it fits perfectly because they're both miners and they both have pickaxes. And in case you were wondering, the Super Miner will still go underground just like a normal miner. He'll move around just like a normal miner, but his attack will have the pickaxe boomerang instead of his normal shovel. The Super Miner will take up more housing space, and I think each hit of damage will be about 3/4 of a normal miner's damage. But remember, it will come back and do the same damage. So it'll actually be about 1.5 times the damage of a normal miner, and it's also going through buildings. So I think the Super Miner will probably take up 15 or so housing space, and he will definitely have more HP too. Comment below which troop was your favorite and which troop was a terrible idea. Make sure you subscribe for more videos like this.